Hi everybody, Jonathan here with another VECTORWORKS 2023 video. I really hope you're enjoying this series. I'm thoroughly enjoying making them. Today we're going to be looking at the interactive windows and doors, and we're going to design a little building in 10 minutes. Wait and see, you'll be amazed. I hope you enjoy the video everybody. Thanks for watching. Okay, so let's get started with this next tutorial. Just going to use my rectangle tool to map out the shape of a bit of a building, and let's just kind of like keep it pretty simple for the purposes of this little demonstration. Going to right click and add surface those together, and that's something that I've done on my workspace to enhance it, to give me sort of really nice kind of right click capabilities. I'm just going to reshape this corner across just to make the project a little bit more interesting. And then when I'm ready, I'm just going to snap it into the center of the project, into the drawing, and right click. Now a really great command here is the create objects from shapes command. And what we can do here is use that to generate some walls. You'll notice that I selected the left edge so that the wall's generated on the outside of the shape. Next I'm going to go ahead and basically replace those using my JRA wall types that I've designed and developed. And you can get those from my libraries on the website if you're interested. So what we're going to do is go ahead and replace the classes and the textures, and you can see how easy it is to basically work up a quick design, starting really from a basic shape and then adding some walls. Now, the bit that I'm really excited about is showing you the new interactive sizing for windows and doors. So what we're going to do is start off doing it in plan. You can see that really all you do is actually just draw. I just missed that one. Just make sure you insert into the wall and type in the distance if required. Now there's some pretty big doors, so what we're going to do is select those, go into the settings, and the abundant sort of settings appear, and there's some really cool new settings for folding doors I wanted to look at for a moment. So now we can go to basically multiple panel folding doors, and we can have like 3, 5, 7, as many as you would like. This was a bit limited before, but definitely something that's been sorted now. So I really like 3 panel bifolding doors, and I can do exactly that very, very easily in 2D and 3D. Now if you do want to, what you can actually do with the new windows and doors is basically interactively create them. And basically you'll notice I've just picked up the settings there, and I'm basically going to drop in a new one. And let's just kind of move that down to the bottom. But basically I can do that interactively just by grabbing the handles on the top or the side and scaling it. So really modeling in 3D using windows and doors is just as easy as sort of freeform modeling. And just look how easy it is to basically add in these windows in terms of sort of three-dimensional kind of modeling. So basically you can use the datum as well, so you can get these lined up. And depending on the settings, it's just extremely rapid to kind of basically add them both in plan or in 3D as you prefer. So you can see I'm really working in real time at this stage just to kind of map out a very quick design. So what I'm going to do now is basically just reshape those windows a bit more just to show you this incredible new flexibility in VECTORWORKS 2023. Now, I really like using the multiple views. As I've said before, I'm working on a laptop at the moment, and it's a bit small, but you know, you can see how useful it is to be able to kind of align and work in things like elevation and plan, but also see the 3D updating in the model below. Now you can kind of create as many split panes as you would like to, and on a big 32-inch screen, this really, really does look great, I can promise you. So there we go, we've got a nice little plan. We can see I can move that window in plan, see the changes being reflected in both the elevation and immediately in the 3Ds as well. So let's kind of just move those along a bit to the center of that wall, and that looks really, really cool. Okay, so next up, I'm basically wanting to make these walls a bit more interesting, a bit more variety. So a really good way to do that is pop into my resources manager and go and open my JRA wall library that I've already got as a favourite there. Now if you haven't added your favourite walls in there, I definitely recommend you do this. You can also right click and open the file very straightforwardly. One of my preferred ways is to visually sort of go and inspect the files that I'm interested in, basically select a bunch of different wall types that I'm thinking of using, copy them and just pop back into my project and basically just paste those in. And then I like to just align and distribute them, just to kind of get them nicely kind of lined up on the side. That's fine, we'll just move those across. And finally, don't forget, they're not going to be three-dimensional until you've actually kind of put in some heights in the layers. So as soon as you edit the layer height and pop in a wall height, layer wall height, those walls will project up to that particular height. So that's really cool. Okay, I love to use the eyedropper for this next stage to pick up the parameters of the wall, hold down the Alt key, and basically replace those walls. A bit like painting with different wall types. So you can see it's super cool, really, really easy and really, really fast and flexible. Now, all of these wall types can be edited universally, and basically they're styled. So it means if you edit the original style, they will edit absolutely everywhere. So I think I'm done for now. I've got a few different wall types in my project. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's just pick up that one and drop it onto that one as well. You can see the replacement is very, very straightforward. Okay, great. So this is definitely a nice little workflow to create your projects, but one of the things that takes the most time is having those resources in the first place, which is why the wall library is so great. Okay, so I can't resist making a few more changes. Let's make these doors bigger and add some extra panels in. You can see with the combination of the reshaping and just typing in the number of leaves, it's extremely straightforward to resize them and create the different sort of types of doors and windows that you've always wanted to create, both in plan and 3D. I really like the way also these new bifolding doors can be kind of split and trialed. And finally, let's just go down to one of my favourite little gadgets here, which is the 3D Open. And I love the way you can just change the opening angle. Now here's a good little tip. If you want to, you basically can just type in the angle there, just to kind of create that different look on the plan. Excellent. Okay, so I could use my eyedropper tool to pick up and put down the properties of that door over onto the other door. Just make sure that you click into the eyedropper options and make sure that plugin parameters is enabled by going into the settings first. Okay, so let's just finish off this little project by adding a very simple roof. So all I've done here is selected the walls, and I'm going to use those walls to generate a roof. I'll just change that setting there for the vertical drop. In fact, I'll go for a vertical roof instead. Brilliant, you can see it's immediately created a very, very simple sort of hipped roof, which I can easily modify to gable and change the angle and so on as well. Now I'm just going to pop into my library, go to my JRA roofs rather, and select my sort of nice standing seam zinc roof that I've created before. And you can see it's pretty rapid. It's got all the different components built in. And there we go, a very, very simple building designed in under 10 minutes. So just to finish off documenting the project, once again, one of my favourite little commands to show on a training day that I do all the time is the create multiple viewports command. It's a really, really great light bulb moment where you can see that if you make a nice little three-dimensional model, you can essentially pull as many drawings as you would like from that model incredibly rapidly. So I've got a nice little kind of set of elevations here. Don't forget to increase the DPI of the sheet, just so you get much better quality renders. While I'm here, I'll also pop in and just turn on some of these other new basic options, environmental lighting, reflections and object reflections. Now I don't expect a lot of difference to be made because I haven't really got a lot else in the scene, but I'm just going to pop in and put some ambient occlusion on as well. And that's something I'll talk about more in other videos. So if you're interested, make sure you subscribe. Good, okay, so watch the difference. Let's click OK to render. I'll see if I can kind of zoom in a bit. Now it'll take a few seconds longer to render once you're at 300 dpi, but it's super rapid, but the quality difference is phenomenal. And you can see I can just drag off a copy of that viewport. Let's go to top plan and just go to layers, or classes rather. Just turn off the roof. So I'll just search, turn off the roof class. And we've got a little plan, a roof plan, some elevations, and a 3D. So let's save our model, and pretty much we are done. So a house designed in under 10 minutes. Now, not going to win any awards as a piece of architecture, but really just to show you how rapidly this can be done. So thanks for watching everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.